Let's talk a little bit about your offense and Brian McCann. He's been on a very nice stretch. A lot of home runs, a lot of RBIs. What do you think has been the difference for him at the plate?
You know, I think he's just gotten comfortable. You know, sometimes it takes guys 100 at-bats to get under their belt at the beginning of the season to get really comfortable. He swung the bat extremely well. He swung it well on the homestand. He swung it well in Oakland. And we need that to continue because he's a big part of our offense. And the thing about him, he's another left-handed bat that can hit the ball in the seats. And we can put him in between some switch hitters and sometimes protect him a little bit. So he's important.
He's pretty tight-lipped when you ask him about any adjustments or his swing, but he said made some minor adjustments to his swing. Does anything look different to you when he's in the batter's box?
Not a whole lot. And a lot of times with your big power hitters, it comes down to pitch selection and getting your pitch and not missing it. And I think that's what's going on. And he's a guy that's going to stand tall, and he's going to pull, and he's going to drive the ball. But we've also seen him bunt a little bit. We've also seen him hit the ball the other way a little bit. So he's been pretty good.
It's interesting because there are kind of two schools of thought on trying to beat the shift. If you do it, and he does occasionally bunt and try to do that, or you have Mark Teixeira who says, I'm not changing the way I swing, I'm not changing my game, I'll beat it by hitting home runs. And he's been a guy that's been very productive in your lineup as well.
Extremely productive, and we need that from him. And the big thing is to keep Big Mark healthy. I mean, that's the bottom line, is we got to keep him healthy. And he had that wrist thing, and he seems to be over that. And he's our biggest run producer. And he has hit the ball in the seats, no matter where we've been, so it's important to us.
Talking about health, Alex Rodriguez is a guy coming into the season that you said we need to find a way to keep him healthy. He's primarily been the DH. You said you won't use him a lot in the field at all this year, but as far as his production and some of the historical moments he's had this year, it's been a big year for Alex Rodriguez.
It really has. You just think in the last few days, you know, he's passed Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, and Barry Bonds in RBIs. I mean,
that's a good week.
Those are three huge names, and obviously he's got a ways to go to catch Hammer and Hank. I think about 300 more RBIs, but he's had a pretty interesting week where he's gotten a lot of lineup cards and he's collected a lot of baseballs because he's passed a lot of big names.
And then you look at another milestone that he's coming up on. That'll be 3,000 hits. He is not too far away from that. Now, obviously, you want him to get it, but do you worry at all as he approaches it? Is he thinking about it?
Well, I think so. He's going to be asked about it, and I think it's impossible not to think about it. So I just hope when he gets to 2,999, he doesn't think too much about it, and people don't start making great plays on it. He gets a blue pit and it's over with.
You feel pretty good about the way Carlos has been swinging the bat?
Yeah, I mean, he's had a really good month of May. I mean, he's hit over 300 in the month of May. He's driven the ball. I mean, he's hit some long fly balls to center field. You know, he did it again in Oakland. I think it was on Thursday night. In most ballparks, it's a home run. So I do like the way he's impacting the baseball.
Stephen Drew has continued to struggle offensively. Can you put your finger on why it's been so tough for him?
You know, we talk about this all the time. He squares up balls and doesn't get hits. And then there's going to be times where you don't square up balls. I mean, that's just normal for a hitter. And it just seems like he has no luck at all. And, you know, you think eventually it's got to change for the guy. He works extremely hard. His defense is very, very good. And we need it to change.
Is there a point in time where you say we can't keep putting somebody out there that's hitting below 200 in our lineup?
I mean, we haven't come to that point because we still see him swinging the bat pretty good. But it's been unfortunate.
And then you look at, you were mentioning the injuries. Jacoby Ellsbury still out of the lineup. You said it will probably be a little bit more than 15 days, but anything new on Ellsbury?
Well, at least he's starting to do some work in the pool and on the Ultra G, the treadmill that kind of lifts you up and you don't put all your weight on that leg. So he's starting to move, which is a good thing, and hopefully it goes quickly.
Unfortunately, I am familiar with the Ultra G machine.
Yeah.
Also, Slade Heathcott.
Yes.
Grade 2 strain of that quad. Now, he said the night prior to going on the DL, he didn't think it was going to be a big deal, maybe a day or two. You wound up getting the MRI, revealing a pretty severe strain. So about a month for Heathcott, you think?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think it'd at least be that. This is a guy we've been managing the last 5 or 6 days, and I'd give him a day off here and there to try to manage it, and we really hadn't talked about it a whole lot because, you know, we didn't think it was too significant. He said he was a little bit sore, but it's really unfortunate because he was playing really, really well. But it's going to give an opportunity to one of our other young players who we think has a very good swing, Ramon Flores. And, you know, when somebody gets hurt, it gives someone else another opportunity.
With Flores, aside from his swing, what else do you like about him?
Well, I think he's a good outfielder, and I think he can do a lot of things. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to run like Girardi or Ellsbury, but he's not going to clog up the bases. And he's young, and we like his potential.
Now he's played primarily left field, correct?
Yes,
so
mostly.
You'll use him there a lot then?
And I'll put Girardi in center. We started having Girardi take fly balls in center because we know that that's how we'll do it.